I'm Taya from Ukraine and welcome to my channel again. Today, guys, I would like to discuss a topic that is frequently asked to me: why there are more women than men? What's wrong with this country? Before we start, I would like to tell you that I'm not an expert, I'm not a biologist or researcher. I just give you my personal advice and some facts that I found, and actually I agree with them. So firstly, let's turn back to history. There were many wars. Ukraine has pretty diverse and not easy history, and after war and after Holodomor, so that was some years that we had lack of food. I guess that influenced to some of DNA or to some people, since men were fighting for the country, and that's why a lot of them were died actually, yeah. And then let's go back to 90s. In Soviet time, 90s, it was the worst actually time, because Soviet country, it was breaking up, and believe me, it was inflation, it wasn't very difficult to survive. A lot of people who started to give up, to take drugs, drink a lot of alcohol. Everyone had a depression, no job. If you're interested, I can give you more details about this, because my parents, they lived during this era, and I was born in 90s. Anyway, that influenced, I think, on the population. I don't think the war nowadays we have in our country influences somehow, but still, that's one more, spoon to the less popularity, or how to say it in English. By statistics, the average life of women and average life of men, it's different in Ukraine, and between them there's a huge gap. Some sources says it's less, 8 to 10 years. And if we talk about the world, let's compare. There are 101 men for 100 women, so approximately the same level. But Ukraine, 100 women per 80 men. Of course, that's a huge gap. I think some women become less confident in themselves. Women in Ukraine, they're family oriented, all the stuff. For us, not to have family, not to be sure that you cannot get married, it's the same as you cannot have a career. That is very important for our girls. Everyone is dreaming about their marriage, about their wedding. Also, I think it depends on health. Men, they tend to be ill rarely, but if they're ill, they become very ill. So their psychological condition and body condition become very, very bad and worse than before. So the level of men who can have family, who can work, it's increasing their age of dying. So there are less women, they cannot find men just because they cannot find it. Men do not exist. I think that's the percent of people who are addicted to something, also including here different kind of accidents and work, yes, because it's tend to be that men work on a harder work that can, damage their health. And I don't know if I told you, I think in one of my live streams I told you that we have lack of workers, so less and less employers like me, like young generation, they don't want to work on the factory, so work not with brain. And government decided to open vacancies for women, even if that can damage their health, because there's not enough people who work on that. It shows something, the situation of the country. I just told you different kind of options, explanations, and you can maybe add some of more if you know more about this topic. I would like to know your opinion. I hope you don't think that all women in Ukraine are so desperate to find a good man. That depends on women. They're everywhere, they're different, so it doesn't mean that I promote you, hey, you need to come here because our women want a normal good man. No, I just give you facts, you know, because some people try to, okay, that's another story. Thank you for watching this video. See you the next time. Have a good day. Bye.